Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, this is question 28 solution. Okay, so we've been able to touch base on a lot of questions this week. Okay, and that has really gone far for us. And now this section is under sort, and we've also treated sort. Okay, please go through all the parts and sorts. They are very simple and straightforward. Okay, we've been able to break it down because that's the essence of us doing this. Okay, to make it easier for people to learn. Now, if you look at sort very well, I mentioned rationalization. I think second to the last topic. Okay, rationalization. You rationalize. Anytime you see square root at the numerator of in mathematics, when you see square root like this, square root like this, not fourth root, not third root. In this case, it's just square root of 2, square root of 8. What do? You rationalize. Okay, so let's just go on. So this, it means, let me divide this into 2. Okay, so it means this one, the same thing as saying that's 2 root 2. Let me rewrite the question again so that to be clear. Plus 4 root what? 8. Okay, 2 root 2 minus 3 over root 2. Okay, plus 4 root what? Plus 4 root 8. It's as simple as that. Then what do you do here? So it means at the end of the day, you rationalize. Rationalize the ones that has, this one is the same thing as over 1, but we don't usually write it. So it's clear. Anything divided by maybe over 1 is still the same thing. So this one is the same thing as saying 2 root 2 minus 3 root 2. I'm rationalizing this directly. So times root 2 over what? Root 2 plus 4 root 8. That's times root 8. That's rationalization. If you've not gone through it, please go through it. When you are rationalizing, what did I say during the part? I said that the numerator, you will use it to multiply the denominator, which is root 2. Use it to multiply both the numerator and the denominator. The same thing applies here. 4 root 8. Very simple. Use anytime you have square root at the denominator for you to rationalize, to simplify. Okay, use that root 8 to multiply both the numerator and the what? And the denominator. It's as simple as that. Okay, so that at the end of the day, square root can be removed from that denominator. Okay, this is numerator, this is denominator. Square root 2 is there. So I want to remove this square root 2 from the denominator. So that was why I had to rationalize. That's what they call rationalization under sort. So straightforward. So at the end of the day, you now have 2 root 2, okay, minus 3 times root 2, the same thing as what? 3 root 2 over 2 times 2. In the law of sort, what did I say? When you have two sort, okay, what do? The law of the sort says that pick one square root, okay, and multiply what is inside. That is a multiplication law under sort. They are so simple, they are not complicated. It's something you can learn easily. Some of us can learn a lot of things, maybe music and things like that. Let's also channel the same energy, okay? Maybe reading or something. Channel the same energy to those laws, so you'll be able to understand exactly what I'm trying to say. So now, this one is the same thing as saying square root. I pick one square root, that's 2 times 2, okay? Plus 4 times root 8 is the same thing as what? 4 times root 8, okay? That's 4 root 8. It's not the same thing as saying, like I said 4 root 8 is not the same thing as saying fourth root of 8, okay? I've mentioned this over and over again. This is not the same thing. It is not the same thing. It's very, very important. This is not the same thing. It's not the same thing at all, okay? That at the end of the day, 4 root 8 is not equals to fourth root of 8. 4 root 8 deals with sort. Fourth root of 8 means that what can you multiply 4 times to give me 8? Okay, so always note that I just have to chip that in so that you won't mess it up. Okay, so at the end of the day, this will give me 4 times root 8, the same thing as what? 4 root 8. Then this one is also the same thing as what we did here. Pick one square root under the law of sort, then multiply what is inside. 8 times what? 8. It's as simple as that. So you are already simplifying. You're already simplifying, breaking it down to the lowest. Okay? You're already simplifying equals to, you're already simplifying, breaking it down to the lowest. So at the end of the day, it means that, look at this very well, 2 root 2 minus, you have 3 root 2, okay? These 2 times 2, 4. Square root of 4 is what? Is 2. Straightforward. So this one is 4 root 8 over 8 times 8 is 64. Square root of 64 is still what? 8. Simple. Okay? So the question you need to ask yourself, what do you need to do now? What do you need to do? So the only thing you just need to do is just to find what? LCM. It's simple. Find LCM. This over 1 is still the same thing. So when you find your LCM, what do? What's the LCM here? The highest number is 8. Okay? So that's the LCM. So the LCM here, let's continue this one here. So you now have is what? 8. Now, look at this very well. 8 in 1. I've said it. When you say 8 in 1, it means what? It means 8 divided by what? By 1. So 8 divided by 1 is what? 8. 8 times what? 2. In SURD, I said anytime you want to multiply, multiply outside with outside, multiply inside SURD, or inside the square root with inside square root. Okay? You don't multiply outside with inside square root. The one with no square root, you don't multiply it with the one that has square root. It's very simple. SURD, go through them. Very, very simple. I've broken it down. So in this case now, 8 does not have square root. I multiplied with the one that does not have square root. So it means that 8 in 1, 8 divided by 1 is what? 8. The LCM is 8. Then 8 times 2. 2 has no square root. So that is what? 16 root what? 2. Very simple. Okay? The same thing. 8 in 2. When I say 8 in 2, it means what? 8 divided by 2, which is equal to what? 4. 2 here, 1. 2 here, 4. That's LCM. So it means that it's 4. I'll now use that for the answer to multiply. 4 has no square root. This 4 has no square root. I'll use it to multiply the one that has no square root, which is 3. Okay? Root 2, I can't use it to multiply because this 4 here does not have any roots. So I use outside to multiply outside. I use inside square root to multiply inside square root. Okay? So 4 times 3 is what? Is 12. So it means this one, don't forget the minus. That's 12 root 2. I hope you are following. Very, very simple. It's very, very simple. Okay? So it's very, very simple. The same thing applies for the last one. And I've told you, anything on the right hand side is the owner of the sign. This minus here, root 3, that's 3 root 2 over 2 is the owner of this sign. This plus here, the one on the right hand side, 4 root 8 over 8 is the owner of the sign. So it's as simple as that. So what do you need to do? The last one, 8 in 8. 8 in 8 means what? When you say 8 in 8, 8 in 8 means 8 over what? 8. 8 divided by 8. Okay? This value SM, 8 divided by this 8. So you have 1. So 1 times numerator, that's 1 times 4 is still what? 4. So the same thing as saying 4 what? Root 8. You can see the way we are simplifying. You can see the way we are simplifying. Don't forget, under addition and subtraction in SURD, you can only add them if they have the same number inside the square root. So look at this very well. Inside the square root, the same number here, root 2, root 2, 2, 2. I can subtract it because they have the same number. You can see how simple it is. So it means at the end of the day, I will have 16 minus 12 will give me what? 4 root 2. Okay? Plus 4 root 8, which is this one here, over what? Over 8. So look at this very well. 2, root 2, root 8. It's not the same thing. I cannot add them. The only thing I can do is just to simplify this root 8 further to be able to what? To be able to add it. Okay? Now, this one I can, is same thing as saying 4 times 2, 8. And I know the square root of 4 is what? 2. So don't let me jump step. So this one is the same thing as saying equals to, that's 4 root 2. I'm using different colors so that you can know the steps easily. The same thing as saying, this one is the same thing as saying, that's open a bracket, root 4 times what? Root 2 over what? 8. You see, it's very simple. Root 4 and root 2. In the law of sort, I've told you, if they have the same in multiplication, you can pick the square root and multiply what is inside. 4 times 2 is what? 8. It's still the same thing. So square root of 4 here is 2. So at the end of the day, I will now have 4 root 2 plus 4 times, what's the square root of 4? That's 2. Okay, I don't want to jump step. Okay, then times root 2 over what? Over 8. It's as simple as that. So you can see what we're doing now. Square root of 4 is 2 times root 2. So what are we working towards? We are working towards we getting root 2 out so that we can add, because that's the condition. The value inside the square, okay, must be the same before you can add or what? Or subtract. Okay, so now at the end of the day, this one is what? 4 root 2 plus what? 8 root 2 over what? 8. Straightforward. So what do we do here? It means we can now add. They have the same value. Okay, so 8 plus 4, that is what? 12 root 2 over what? 8. 4 can go here. 4 here, 2. 4 here, 3. So it means at the end of the day, we have 3 over 2. 3 root 2 over what? Over 2. That's the answer. So it means we can't go further. That is the rationalization. That is the simplification of this value here. So it's very, very simple. So what you just need to do is just understand the law of what? Sort. You can only add or subtract when the same value reflects inside that square. Okay, 4 root 2 plus 8 root 2 over 8. Okay, so it means that they both have root 2 and root 2. I can now add it because they have the same value inside the square root. Okay, so 8 plus 4 is what? 12 root 2 over 8. Then at the end of the day, it means that something can still go. I can still simplify further. 4 can go here, 2. 4 can go here, 3. 3 over 2, that's 3 root 2 over 2. I can't move further again. So that's the final answer. Continue to comment, continue to like, continue to share. But you know, it's good as we're learning. You're also encouraging by liking, by commenting, and also by subscribing to YouTube, to our YouTube channel. Okay, so please, we need a lot of young minds to see how simple mathematics is. So thank you. Cheers.